Hello everyone, and welcome back to the stream. We're back at it. So we're trying to find a deck for the MCQ. Stansted in 2-ish weeks, 3 weeks. It's on the 25th and 26th. We've got a double header MCQ weekend. So I need to find a deck, basically. Spent a lot of time with Hero last week. Enjoyed it. Not convinced that it's perfect yet, but I can definitely see myself going back to it, especially with BBD's version of the list. I really like this. It's up on SCG, and it's on Goldfish as well, like in the open thing. Just bunch of solid cards, and a ton of them are gold, so they trigger the hero. Hey, the Minosaur, good to see you. But yeah, so I can definitely see me playing this. Okay then, well reminded, I need to update the stream decker. Because what we're actually going to be playing is a friend of mine and sub to the channel and patron of the podcast and just all round lovely fella. Actually managed to win a Japanese box of War of the Spark with this list, and unfortunately my ugly mug is in the way of the mana base, but it's a perfectly even split mana base: Islands, Swamps, Drowned Catacombs, and Watery Graves. He wrote the deck list down, called it as Dimir Control, played with it, decided it was probably more like a Dimir mid-range deck. Has apparently a bit of a problem dealing with Nexus of Fate. So yeah, we could just die a bunch of times tonight if we just hit the Nexus of Fate matchup, which is apparently abominable. Simeon's also played this deck and said that is a terrible matchup. But as soon as they put a creature onto the battlefield, you are having a good game. Like, your deck is very much pulling in that direction for things. So also just have a quick check out of the sideboard. Meanwhile, I should download this deck. Also, I love the Ruin Raiders. Narset in the board. What did he say he didn't want that Graham would take out for the Narset? And let me... He didn't say. We're going to run it as is, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, the Minnesota. So you play Nexus. How bad is it when you see a Narset on the other side of the battlefield? Is it bad? Like, we were discussing this. Graham says it shuts down, sort of like, exactly. It shuts down really 8 cards from doing a bunch of drawing things, but it also effectively shuts down 12 cards because 4 of those cards are Chemis's Insight, so that's good. Yeah, we're just going to run it as is, Simeon, and we will see what we think. Stream Decker, yeah. It took me so long to find out. Sorry, that was highly inappropriate, actually, knowing what that song's about. Right, the Stream Decker should now be updated. Yeah, cool. Right then, let's play some games. Also, of note, the ranked draft is going away in 2 days, so hopefully we'll get War of the Spark ranked draft, which I'm actually kind of interested in. It's been a while since I've played any set ranked, but... sorry, any set limited, but yeah. Conflict, are you here? You haven't appeared on my overlay, but thank you very much for the resub. Oh, it's a prime resub. You are here, yes. Well, we're starting with your deck. No, we're not. Okay, we're gonna play some Hero first because I forgot to change the list. My bad. On the other hand, This hand is amazing. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah. Oh, it's got mountains. This would have been a really good matchup. Go ram it. Yeah, exactly. Put the pizza in the oven. I can lose to mono red. And then you can come back and you watch me make awful plays with your deck. That's a Pyroman. That is, in fact, a Pyroman. Seeing as I don't feel like mortifying that, I'm actually just going to play a Thief. And assume that it's going to die to whatever they've got. No attacks. Yeah, this hand has gone pretty well, actually. They're going to have to point a burn spell at this Thief. Otherwise, we're just going to find all of their stuff. Is it a shock? It is not a shock. Ooh. Okay. Come on, what did we hit? What did we hit? We hit a light up the stage. That's not terrible, I suppose, actually. Yeah, that's not bad. Could we maybe not tap my only white source? Arena plays. The auto tapper has gotten so much worse recently. Very tempted to just Thought Erasure and play the Watery Grave and next turn go Hero and Discovery. I think that's what I want to do. Ooh, that's really good hand. That is a really good hand. Yeah, okay. Problem. Very serious problem. Well, we're going to take the Chandra. I kind of just want to land. As busted as Teferi is, I kind of just want to land. I mean, maybe I could have kept it because next turn I'm probably hero into Discovery. Ying. I don't exactly know how that verbiage works, but... Why you gotta do that to me? Why you gotta shot me, bro? Lutz. They're lutzing. Chainwhirler's really good. And... I mean, that's not bad either. Okay, so now I think what it actually is... Hero, Thought Erasure. And take that last Chandra, because we really don't want them having that Chandra. We really don't. And then we've got 2 removal spells, one for Runaway Steamkin, the other one for the Chain Whirler. Obviously, all of our 1/1s are dead, but, I mean, whatever. And I'm going to play the hero first, even though I know that my 1/1s are going to die, because, you know what? Why not? We're even probably going to attack with these 2 1/1s. Thinking of it. Nope, you can go right in the graveyard as well. Like I say, we want 1 more land, and then we just win. Yeah, sure. Obs occurrences, obs. That's one chainy boy. Yeah. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. No blocks. Yep. Okay then. Yes! I do believe... and I think I mill myself. I don't think it massively matters. Ladies and gentlemen, the game has ended. Alright. No attacks. That's one runny boy. Okay, excellent. And not tapping the white source. That is exactly what we wanted to see. The plan here is to just win in the air, basically. It does if they have risk factor. You are right, Graham. Yes, I will. And a lot of these decks have started playing risk factor again. So I think... no. I like this 4/4 back on blocks. Obviously, it's not a perfect blocker to this Chain Whirler because of this sort of nonsense. Right, let's see if they attack. Let's see if they go for it with anything other than maybe that Chain Whirler. Because if they go for it, if they're like, well, we can try and get in a bunch of damage here, I really get to blow them out with this Mortify. Mortify this thing, make 2 1/1s, block, block, throw the 4/4 in front. Oh, yeah, thank you. Concession in 3, 2, 1. Boom! I love this deck. Right, Basilica Bellhorn, you can come in. This isn't even the BBD version, annoyingly. Teferi is aggressively medium here. No, Mortify is good. We want Mortify. Liliana's just a bit expensive. Oh, we want the Contempts because they're playing the... Sorry. They're playing new Chandra. So, yes, we want the Contempts. I had forgotten about that. I don't think we want these Hostage Takers. Yeah, exactly. I kind of just want to not have 2 6-drops in my deck. The Duresses and the Vetoes are actually kind of interesting. Oh, I hadn't even noticed the Blue Lightning before when I hover over a card that's full-arted. The Contempt does it as well, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Huh, interesting. That's sweet. That's nice. It just makes it all feel really interesting. I might want these Kaya's Wraths instead of the Discovery Dispersals. I think I do. Oh no, you know what I don't want? I don't want a Teferi. That's the way that's meant to go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Would have cut the heroes. They are medium, but I am very wary of taking out too much in the way of... I mean, it's a keep, but it's an awful keep. Yeah, we'll top you. Too much in the way of things to put pressure on my opponents. And I mean, yeah, the tokens get murdered en masse, but the tokens are free, you know. They have to, like, the tokens get killed for free, but they're also cast, they don't cost us anything. And there's the one Teferi we left in the deck. Okay, well, we've got a potential curve out here. We'll Thought Erasure them, take the Chandra. Ooh, this is interesting. So I could take the Lutz and possibly cut their lands. I could take the Tybalt as their next potential play. Or I could take the Rekindling Phoenix, but I've got the Contempt for the Phoenix. I mean, I'm actually very tempted to take this Lightning Strike. Because then I can use the Deputy of Detention as well. These are all of these would be good takes. I suppose the God Eternals and Contempt gain us life. So I think, as amusing as it is to just be like, we're going to let you have either of these as your play next turn, Tybalt's really annoying. That's real good. We'll leave that right there. We wanted that land. Yep, cool. And obviously, because my opponent wants to cast the Lutz for 1, it does mean that they don't get the extra point of damage in, which I'm really happy about. That's a Legion Warboss and another Rekindling Phoenix. Intriguing. I'm gonna drop this Deputy. I shot the Sheriff, but I did not shoot no Deputy. Because what this Deputy actually does is saves us about 5 life total. Because it stops this Runaway Steamkin this turn from attacking. Also doesn't get to put a counter on it, so maybe it's even closer to 6. And obviously they had to just burn a Lightning Strike on it. And they got rid of the 2 cards that they lutzed for, of course. The Legion Warboss and the Phoenix. I really want to hold this Contempt for this Rekindling Phoenix, so I'm actually going to Godly Shrine tapped and Thief of Sanity and kind of just hope that we natural into a land and I can enter some God Eternals. That's annoying. But not unexpected. If they're not drawing lands, then what on earth are they drawing, you know? Land for me, please. Wow. For a person who was stuck on mana 2 seconds ago, opponent has drawn very well. So have we. And us. Again, risk factor. Worth considering. I also like the fact that because Enter the God Eternals has 2 targets, you can't counter it by killing your own creature. Actually came up at the GP. I heard someone asking a judge about it. Yep. Thank you for duressing yourself. Like that. Oh, yeah. We will take this 2 for 1 every single day of the week. Thank you. And now this Teferi that I kind of begrudgingly left in my deck. Hey, Brave. How's it going? Yeah, kind of begrudgingly left this Teferi in my deck, and now I'm like, well, Teferi's going to get us the win here. I mean, he basically just got us the win. Sure. Okay, but we do need to draw a threat. And this is why I left the heroes in. Like, I don't like them in this matchup. They, as you say, the tokens get murdered. They die to literally every spell in my opponent's deck. But you get to this stage of the game and you just need to close it out. Like, we just keep drawing. I can see that. Well, that was basically the perfects, actually. Yeah, and I figured that was a mountain in their hand. Sure. Think we're just going to Moment of Craving that. Opponent's probably going to concede fairly soon. trying to remember this list and if there's any reason to hold this watery grave. I don't believe there is, and I do have 2 4-mana spells in my hand, so let's just put them out there. That's a chainy boy. Sure. I'm like, I really don't want to contempt this stupid chain whirler. Draws the perfects. Never mind. Alright, let's just send. They ain't blocking, but... Take the 3, or just... I think we're just going to Tyrant Scorn this. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's going to be really hard for us to lose the game. The question is, do we get to win the game? Yeah, I really like the Esper mid-range list at the moment. So yeah, if you're looking at the Stream Decker deck, that is not what we're currently playing because I accidentally queued with the wrong deck and I decided that I didn't want to just drop out just because I happen to be playing a different list than the one advertised. But we will get to the Dimir Control deck in a moment. Yes. If you decline, your opponent draws 3. Okay, so take action. I will take the 4, thank you. Tearbolt. Indeed, indeed. Yeah. Okay, I should gain the life off of this, I believe. I'm relatively happy doing this, I think. Yes, cool. Happens in order, so I do gain the life. I just wanted to... I was, like, unsure as to whether the... the effect persisted until the spell had fully done resolving. I couldn't remember the ruling. It's probably to do with layers. It isn't to do with layers. It's just order on the card. Yeah, sure. I have been wand, and you are in range of lethal. Oh, that's... Oh, wait a minute here. So if I mortify one of them... No, I can't make... Oh, that's pretty good. That was a pretty good draw as well. We'll take that. This has all gone very pleasantly. Graveyard with you, library with you. Right, we're going to attack... I think if we attack with the hero, they're just going to double block it, and that's just going to be a pain. Whereas what I actually kind of want them to do is to, like, block the Bellhorn and then double shoot the hero so I can bounce it with Tyrant Scorn and replay it. Yep. Oh, that's going upstairs. Okay. Sure. Fair enough. I mean, I'm at 12. Effectively at 8 because I'm not letting them draw cards with the risk factor. Sure. Right. Right then, how does this work? If I mortify the 1/1, they'll shoot that 1/1 or the other 1/1 that I make. Tyrant scorn the runaway steamkin. Make another 1/1. Attack with everything. Put them to 1. Ugh, that feels like such a waste. Hey, sweet. Right, so they could... Yeah. Okay, I'm going to play the Thief to get value out of this hero because I'm pretty certain it's dying here no matter what happens. So we're just going to send with it. Get aggro. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. You've been brewing into preparing some NCQs. Yeah, I like Vaniform. I think it's got a lot of good stuff going on in there. It was nearly a deck like last season, so obviously I'm really happy to see that it's getting played. And again, Dome, interesting, very interesting. And it's going to be one of those decks that I think a lot of people just aren't prepared for. So, yep, bye-bye opponent. We got there. It took me a little bit longer to make sure that I wasn't just going to lose to something dumb, but I think I'm okay with that. When are your MCQs, Brave? Are you doing... What weekends are they on? And have you got a double header, or is it just a single one? Right then, well, apparently we earned a bunch of gold from that, so sweet. Right, let's play the real deck. My bad, folks. Sorry for that. That was silly. Right then. This looks like the exact sort of hand that this deck wants. A lot of lands, but we can cast out Augur and out a chart, of course. Snap keep, I think. Swamp, all yours. It's possible that I should have dropped the Drowned Catacomb first. Well, there's another Augur. And against this sort of deck, double Augur start seems really good. Ho! Hello! I so rarely get to hit with Augur, it always feels like cheating. I'm like, but it's a 1/3 for 2, right? Oh yeah, and it also theoretically puts a spell in your hand. I had completely forgotten about that. Right, so unfortunately, because we're stuck on blue mana a little bit, we can't opt. And I'm really not into risking hitting a blue land in the top 2 cards just to fire off an opt here. So I think we're just going to drop this Augur. Ooh, we find a second blue source and we got this game locked up. They might be on rock, but I think they're on the rocks. Hey-oh! Sorry, I'm in a very odd mood today. First one's coming up in a few weeks. Can't remember when. Yeah, they're all in the next like 3, 4. I think I've seen some European ones in like 5 weeks, and that's the furthest distance, like the furthest time from now they are. Turns out there was some last weekend in France, and I didn't even know. Which, whoops, my bad. So, we can cast down the Cheney Boy, attack with the Augur, chart a course. We can chart a course knowing that we're probably just going to discard an opt, still have cast down. I think we just opt, actually. I like the opt here. We're going to bottom you. I don't feel like Terramander's the best answer. Yep. That's going to be me, isn't it? This is going to be how I lose. I just get punished by being like, the hand is so great and the deck is so great, and then I'm going to draw no blue sources. None of them. At all. Yeah, sure. Take the 2. Skewer me? Oh, don't skewer me. Well, actually, skewer my Augur of Bolas all day, thank you. Let's cast down the Chainy Boy. Yeah. Chemisters? Chemisters feels real hinky here. Again, I'm going to opt. We see the same number of cards as Charter Course, and we get to keep the same number of them. So why would I not just opt? Seems good. Seems decent. Yeah. I am okay with that. Sure. Need removal. Well, need a blue source for the removal spell for the Runaway Steamkin in my hand. Contempt. So nearly exactly what I wanted. Oh. So, if I top this, I can Contempt right now. Which... If I bottom, at worst, I can... I hit a spell that doesn't do anything right now. It's bad. It's like that. That's the worst outcome. We hit a blue spell or something. The best is I hit another blue source. I can still Contempt, but I don't have to, and I can actually Chemist's Insight. And I think I'm going to bottom. We're going to go for the upside play here. Nope. Punished. How greedy was that? On a scale of 1 to greed. Yeah, sure, alright. I think we just fire this off now. We A, have a backup, and B, don't want to let them like do any weird mana shenanigans or something. Yeah, I was pretty greed, right? That's kind of what I thought, Simeon. I was like, I'm not running any risks here. We're gonna hold up the Contempt and the Chemisters. Chemisters and Chart get us to see the same number of cards. Blue source, blue source, blue source, blue source! Kefnet! Conflict, you would have made the same play? Okay, good, okay. That makes me feel a heck of a lot better. Also, hey Thirsty, good to see you again. Bolt me. Oakley dokley. Decline. How many cards have we got in hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay, so we're binning 1 this turn. And that's if I don't Charter Course. Which I don't feel like I have any reason to do. Now, I'm not charting. But I will bin a chart. No, I'm going to bin a Kefnet. No, I'm not. I'm going to bin a chart because if they do manage to get this Kefnet off the board in some random way, I need to clock them. I do need to clock them. Alright, well, that's also very good. Decline, thank you. Not that they aren't going to be able to work out exactly what I just drew, given the way the last few turns have gone. So then, this is an instant, right? I can't believe this is an instant. This is so dumb. The problem is, if they have 3 bolts in their hand, that's really bad for us. But I think I have to do this for fear that they just draw it. I think I need to put the clock on them. Risk factor. How many am I making this for? So I'm going to draw 2, which means that this is 6, 8, 12. You can draw the cards because they're not going to matter. Because this is going to be an 8, 8. Yeah, you're dead when I get to untap. Oh yeah. Oh my god. And commence the endgame triggers the Kefnet. Oh, that's gross. I hadn't even realised. I knew Opt did it. I hadn't thought about the fact that commence the endgame does it. It'd be a 12-12. Draw 2, then amass X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. I only had... I mean, I could have pointed a Enter the God Eternals at it afterwards, and that would have made it really big. That's gross. That's all really gross. Right then, so, red. Do we even sideboard? Extra card from Kefnet. Not sure where you're going with. Yeah, okay, Simeon, thank you. I'm going to continue doing that. Yeah, like, we don't need to sideboard, do we? Our deck is already built to beat this. Like, maybe Terramander's not great, but it's so good with Charter Course and is just a threat where you get to clock your opponent. But I don't even think I want to bring any of this stuff in. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with you, Conflict. Like, our deck is just like this deck is just really. You built a real good deck. We will obviously get to see at some point. This looks great. I will keep this hand. Dies to Cry. I think the only things I'm killing with this Tyrant Scorn is going to be Whirly Boy, possibly the Runaway Steamkin. We shall see how big the Runaway Steamkin gets. Drowned Catacomb. If they just go Chain Whirler here, I feel like we're just crushing them because we Tyrant Scorn the Whirler and then Cry these 2 creatures. Ho, ho, ho. Please, 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 just... Yeah, no more land, no more spells. Oh, this is just filth. This was meant to be a family-friendly show. That was gross. Yeah, sure. It's a 1-1. Yep. Cool. No, I'm not feeling the Charter Course. We're going to hold up Scorn, Opt, and Chemisters here. Like, we can Scorn and Opt, or Chemisters, is what I mean. I shall Chemisters then. lands is fine. Okay, so here's an interesting question, Conflict, because I kind of just want to point this Enter the God Eternals at one of these creatures. Probably actually the Fire Brat? No, probably actually the Gitu Lava Runner. Do you just fire it off? Is that the deal? You just like thump, just get it out there? You know, we've got a Tyrant Scorn for most of their other stuff. Yeah, you do, right? Okay, good. And I think the target is the Lava Runner. Oh, no, I know who it is. Oh, no, they've got like 4 mana. It doesn't matter if I'm turning off Spectacle. And I'd rather they didn't, like, shock me, bolt the enter, kill wizard. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And also get rid of the wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. Okay. Wizard. Yeah. That is a small problem for this deck. However, we have a fine answer here. In that I have a giant zombie army. And it's time to get clocking. We're gonna chart here. You've got a... yeah, no, okay, that tap is actually fine. Wow, okay. Let us see what our opponent friends is into. I am super glad we killed the wizard now. That's a Viashino Pyroman. Sure. Sure. We are at 9. Yeah, we're at 8. We're at effectively 7. I think I'm going to Chemist as again being a Watery Grave. Hey Loki, how's it going? Wow, okay. What happens when a deck draws all lands? Okay, cool. I was like, if they don't block here, I might feel a little bit silly for not trying to opt into... Yes. I was very tempted to try and opt there, and I might actually just do it here. Yeah, I don't need to draw raw cards. I need to find some cards, don't I? So, let's just opt it up. Cry isn't doing the job, I don't think. Especially now, obviously, that this thing's got 2 points of damage marked on it. Wow, that is opt number 4. Right, let's fire it off. Bottom another land. We have drawn so many cards this game. And that's another Charter Course. Okay, I'm going to go with Opt one more time and just see what we hit. Thought Erasure does not matter. Okay. Well, now we are at the stage where... Okay, screw it. I'm just going to fire off this Chart Course. So many cards! So many cards, and we finally found another, like, useful spell. The Watery Grave can go, because I ain't shocking myself for any amount of mana. So, yeah. That's a Chainy Boy. Sure. Oh, for sure. Yep. Yeah, Tyrant Scorn probably better than Cast. No, Tyrant Scorn better to fire off here than Cast Down. Okay, come on. Right, let's opt. Yes! We want that. Perfect. Yes. We had to dig so hard for that. Let's hold up the cast down in case of weirdness. We don't need more cards. And to be fair, if I feel like firing it off pre-combat, I've got 3 lands in my hand that ain't doing anything, so. Okay. Sweet. This deck is dope. This is so much fun. Right then. Okay. Cool. We're just on it tonight. If we could just like avoid the Nexus matchups for the next 2 hours, that'd be real great. Hello to everyone. While we're waiting for an opponent to show up, thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, if you're enjoying the content, please do hit that follow button. It helps out a ton. All of the VODs from the show go up on the YouTube. Check out the link down below. Right then. Dang it. That's a mulligan. That's a mulligan. Ooh. We're on the play. That's awkward. Think if we were on the draw, I'd risk this. You know, Loki, this isn't the Citadel combo. I got this list off of Conflict Diamond, who managed to win a bop with it. Yeah, but that's a tap land, Simeon. So I'm not opting on turn 1. I'm opting on turn 2. So, like, if my opponent's on any sort of mid-rangey, slow-ish deck, the hand isn't even great then. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Oh, that's super awkward as well. I think it just goes on top. Cry catches you up against aggro. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And then Terry and Chart against mid-rangey sort of decks are probably worth it. I'm actually going to fire out Terry here. Leaves us available to Chart next turn. Okay. Well, I guess we get to see how bad this matchup is. Let's chart some courses. Oh, come on. A land. Any land. Like those. Alright. We are so dead. Right. Let's opt. We're looking for land. Blue source would be lovely. Any land would be fine. No. Yes! Oh wow, you are taking me back to my childhood. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. No! No! My mortal enemy! Blast zone on 1 against my army of Terrys. Oh god, this is awful. Yeah, okay. No, don't do it, opponent. Don't do it. You're gonna need the land. I don't know what for. Oh god, this game is so over. I mean, if we hit a land there, I think, yeah, drop Kefnet. If like there was a land on top of this contempt, would be in a relatively okay-ish spot. Not good, but okay-ish. As it stands. Okay. We've seen enough. I have no way of dealing with that. Right then. Spyglass, duress, negate, disdainful stroke, raider, thief. Out comes casts, the scorns, the cries. Contempts we kind of still want. God Eternals is... Like, we can point it at our own stuff, but I'm really not interested in that life. What's the last two cuts? Augur? I mean, we have gone up creatures. Yeah, okay, I can see Augur. Yeah, we've added creatures, and Augur doesn't hit Spyglass either. So yeah, okay, fine. Two of those. Is there anything that I'm missing here? There is a possibility, in actuality, that I'm meant to leave in some amount of removal, like maybe just Liliana. Because these decks often bring in creatures post-board. And Liliana deals with all variants of them. Carnage Tyrant, not the Biogenic Ooze amazingly, because obviously they untap, they make more mana, they make more oozes. Your thing doesn't matter. I think this is worth keeping. We've got Charter Cost to go and find a threat, and we've got two ways of disrupting them. So I think this is relatively worth keeping, especially obviously because we've got our mana sorted. And there's a Ruin Raider. Perfect. Erasure you. Oh, come on. Activate abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. So I could name Blast Zone. Sure. Ooh, yes! Never mind. We found the answer. Perfect. There's the Biogenic Ooze we were talking about. We still can't beat a Wilderness Reclamation. Like, Wilderness Reclamation is the card that actually, like, ruins us. Biogenic Ooze is just going to be the thing that puts them across the finish line. So I think we still just take the Wilderness Reclamation. Don't need another land at the moment. That was good. Got to get it the turn before they could cast it. That feels a little bit better. But we had them. They were going to die. Yeah, alright, fine. They found 3 Wilderness Reclamations in the top, 10 cards of their deck? Sure. So even though we got really lucky to find that second Thought Erasure, my opponent got really luckier to find the 3rd thing that I needed to take. To be fair, the 4th thing, I possibly should have just taken the Biogenic Ooze. And just been like, okay, you can have all the mana, but you've got nothing to spend it on. That might have been a better line, actually. On further reflection, that's a pretty reasonable hand. Needing some more lands, but you know, I'm basically always going to feel that. Yeah, I called the game way too soon there. Okay, well that's a Lava Runner. Thought Erasure is only medium in this matchup. Okay. Lightning, Skewer, that's 9. That's 10 already. 11. They have us at 9 in hand? Think we're just meant to take the Lutz here. Like, I was pretty convinced, and that can stay on top. Perfect. See, and that's part of the reason Thought Erasure is an insanely good Magic card. Skewer? Or did they find another Lutz? You know? Okay, cool. Well, that's actually super duper handy. Because they have to hit a land to even be allowed to cast these spells now. Okay. Okay, they're just going for it. They're just like, no, we aggro now. Thought Erasure. We'll take the Wizard's Lightning. We'll leave the Augur of Bolas on top. Oh no, I should have binned it. I should have binned it. That was so dim of me. I should have binned it. And I should have cast Charter Course. Because we're just looking for lands. Because as soon as they play a creature, we get to kill it. Yeah, I should have binned it off the Thought Erasure to just find another land. Well, never mind. Why worry? The deck's just so brokenly good. And they even played a creature for us to cast it at. You have built a monster. Oh, sweet. And we milled a Chemisters. That's nice. That's just good deck building. Sweet. How many spells we got in here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4... comically large numbers of spells. I didn't even see what we milled, but we just milled hits. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Terry is a 5/5 automatically. Do you really think Eternal your own dude? Because I feel like making a Terry and still having a removal spell is better. I mean, I suppose that does... It doesn't finish it any faster. It doesn't finish... Either way finishes the game in 3 turns. So, we're going to do this. Yeah, either way we finish the game in 3 turns. And why has my headset turned off again? Yeah, maybe that was wrong. Let's have a think about it. While we're just not sideboarding. I love this. So if we make an 8/8, we attack, we put them to 12, but we're out of mana. So it's not like we can cast Terry. We attack them next turn, put them to 4. Yeah, that's a 3-turn clock. We attack them to 16. We play Terry. Next turn we're attacking for 9. That's still a 3-turn clock, and we've got a removal spell in hand, and we can opt that turn. So I think Terry's actually the line there. Right then. Okay, and no lightning this time. Why no lightning? I'm a bit confused. Yeah, I couldn't think about it properly in the game because obviously your timer's going down. So for YouTube, Conflict just says, I just like breaking their hearts and their morale. Yeah, I feel you on that one, man. I really do. Shock, Opt, Swamp, Augur, or Thought Erasure. I think this is a very good hand. I was just trying to figure out what my sequence was. I don't know. Maybe we're playing Fungal Infection. That might not be an opt. It's definitely an opt. Okay. Tilt. Ah, dang. They actually have they had the land for it as well. Okay, so seeing as they've got the easy access to Wizard's Lightning, I think we're probably Thought Erasuring next turn. Let's see if we can draw land number 3. Terry, you're not great here. Against a Fanatical Firebrand, you're not fantastic. Cry, hello. Jeez. This feels like cheating. Okay. So they can Wizards next turn and Firebrand, or Pyromancer. Of course, if they hit a land, they get to Wizards and Pyromancer, which is fine. I'm okay with these creatures because we've got this Cry. So I'm just going to take the Frenzy. And again, I'm pretty happy with the land on top. So, awkwardly, I probably should have played the Swamp. But we have it, so it doesn't super matter. Okay, they're going for the Rare brand. So I'm gonna just Cry them here, as opposed to taking another 4 and then 2 more off of this thing. I think that's probably more reasonable. Blech. Well, I suppose it dies to Enter the God Eternal, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Augur? Augur or Contempt? Kind of want to hold the Contempt in case they're playing a Phoenix. Yeah, I want Augur here. Forces them to like either have the... I'm like doing all this complex thinking about how they can get through my blocker. Never mind, drew the removal spell. Sure. Ooh, hello. Hello indeed. I'm gonna block here. And then just Tyrant Score on the Runaway Steam King. Because they've given us a new target for our Enter the God Eternals very handily. This deck is gross. Against anything playing creatures, this is insane. Mill me. Crush them. They will feel it in their souls. Sorry. Okay, okay. Well, we're effectively at 7 here, but they've got a draw step. Fear my really pitiful beats. Yeah, sure, that's a Pyroman. That's one of them Pyromen. I think I'm just gonna God Eternal 3 turns in a row. If they hadn't played a creature next turn, I would have just God Eternal with my own army, I think. Oh, that was funny. Well, let's open a pack, because why not? Because we're here. Yeah. Oh, Rao. Handy. He's pretty decent. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. All we have to do is, I don't know, maybe just fill the entire sideboard with counter spells and just see if we can beat a Simic Nexus that way. That's a good hand. That's a keep. Second blue source for Kefnet, and we're just away. Obviously, we could do with some. Well, there we go. Interaction. I mean, I was saying. Okay. I saw this and was like, oh, not again. More spyglasses. Yeah, I can see that. Their planeswalkers are, yeah, we'll top that. Are a real big problem. Okay, we're gonna need another blue source at some point in the near future, but let's see what they're working with here. Oh, it's the Bant deck. It's the Bant deck. Okay, cool. I'm feeling taking Tethers. I'll be honest with you. Not a lot of our stuff is instant speed. I just don't like giving them the tempo advantage. Obviously, next turn they're just slamming us for 4 and getting another Growth Chamber Guardian here. Krasis is interesting because obviously later on in the game it can draw them cards, but I think because Teferi can draw them cards as well, I think we're just going to take Teferi. Yeah, and Blast Zone. Yeah. The fact that it hits Blast Zone is actually really tasty. Like, it's weird because obviously when people started playing Thought Erasures, part of the reason was it's really good against Hydroid Krasis. This is super annoying. Tempted to opt. Hey, that half-breed. Good to see you. Been a while. Life's fine. I want you, but I don't want you. Do you see what I'm saying? I think we're going to bottom that. Ooh, that was a real good draw. Yeah, that was a real good draw. We'll take the 4. They'll probably play the next 2/2. We'll cast down the 2/2 at end of turn. Yeah. Let's just stop the train from rolling. Obviously, we can't get the value out of making them use the mana, but what can you do? Right, here's a God Eternal. Can you deal with it? They shocked. Teferi? Big Tefes? Oh no, okay. X is 3 Krasis. That's really interesting. Oh, hello. Oh, hello! I haven't gotten to do this before. I haven't gotten to do this. This is brilliant. Oh, I haven't gotten to cast a spell off of Catnip before. That was great. That made me feel alive. Let's play out the blue land. Defense? Yeah, there we go. Conflictual message just came through as I was clapping. So, yeah, we're gonna... Like, they're still at 20. We're relatively low, actually. Yep, well, there's their God Eternal. So, you know. Yeah, we're not really feeling Swamp. So, I think we're just going to enter the God Eternals on this Hydro Crisis and start getting in for 4 in the air. Nice. Because we got to beat him, because this Aketra is going to take over the game. If either of these spells is a creature, we are massively behind on board. And, in fact, it's one of the better creatures, so that's a real problem. And that's an X's 5/1 as well. Ouch. Decline. Think we go digging with augurs. I can swing with the token. This is true. I think we start auguring though and just seeing what we can find. Well, that's another Enter the God Eternals. They know about the commence though, so I'm going to take the enter. I think. Yeah, because they know about the end game, I think that doesn't work properly. So I'm tempted to go Augur, try and dig for a kill spell for this Hydro Crisis and continue getting in the air and just be like, okay, well, I'm going to chump slash, you know, massively overblock on the ground if you bother to attack. I mean, you ain't wrong. I think, yeah. Yeah, okay, sweet. I'm actually right there with you. Oh, no! Damn it. That was me not realising what step I was in. I was going to Catacomb and Enter the God Eternals, the Growth Chamber Guardian. We don't get to see those, do we? No. Yes, sure, no blocks. Oh, that was a tilt. That was a tilt. No, to the reveal. Well, now they have creatures at instant speed, so that's a problem. Huh, that's a thing right there. Well, bully for you. Okay. Unusual. Think we're going to enter the God Eternals on this Growth Chamber Guardian. We've got 35 cards still left in our library, so that's all good. And then we're going to Terry and just make it a 5/5. Yeah. Don't think they can do anything. Yeah, this is it. Terry gets to block the Crisis. And the number of creatures they have, what did she just give it? Vigilance. Oh, gold. Well, it's just chumped by Augur of Bolus. Decline. I'm going to hold all of these cards in my hand and attack with my Terry and my zombie army, I think. And the reason we're holding everything in our hand is in case I go Bolus and I miss. Not Terry? You think holding back Terry's better? Oh, vigilance and reach. Oh, it gives it all of them. Oh, of course. It's not choice. It's not the other one. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Vigilance and reach. Yes, yes. Thank you. There we go. And this is why you have a Japanese box of War of the Spark, and I most definitely do not. Reading the cards, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so we had that one hit of a commence the end game off of the God Eternal Kefnet, but from there it's been not great. Like Kefnet, I mean, we keep missing. Reading the cards affects your mental state. There's something to be said for affecting my mental state, to be fair. Right, let's augur. See what we get. Well, there's another enter, but I feel like the contempt is probably the take. I don't know if I'm meant to just point it at the Vivian or if I'm meant to use it as a tempo play to try and get in the air by killing this Hydroid Krasis. I think it's kill the Hydroid Krasis, to be fair. Yeah, obviously you have a ton of mana now. If I kill Viv... Well, if I kill Viv, then I... Well, I can attack with Terry this one time. They'll probably just block it with the Krasis. And then my clock is, 4. I think we can tempt... Yeah, okay. Maybe we can tempt the Vivian right now so that they can't flash in creatures on my turn. Because the ones exiled... Yeah. The ones exiled don't themselves gain flash in some way. So no, they haven't ticked up on the Oketra. I get to attack for 9 in the air this turn if I Terramander, unless they've got another Hydro Krasis in hand. Yeah, okay, fine. Vivian Reed can go away. I shouldn't have given that activation to them. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Well, tilt. Sure. Decline. Kefnet, could you stop rubbing it in? I think we've lost this one. Look at this value train they've got rolling. Vivienne? Take out Vivienne? Yeah, alright, let's point that at Vivian and we'll see what happens. Sure. I think we can concede. This bat list looks really good. So if they get to play at instant speed, that's a severe problem for us, is basically what we've seen there. Right. Lostage Taker, Liliana, Thieves. This deck tends to run very minimal removal. Cry is pretty medium against them, I think, based on what I can remember of their deck lists. 4 more cards. Wow, okay. Augur comes out. Yep. 3 of them, and then No, I quite like the flexibility on Tyrant Scorn. Yeah, I think it's a Terry. There's nothing else that I particularly want to bring in. I mean, maybe Disdainful Stroke? Actually, no, Disdainful Stroke, and we'll take out another Terramander. Because if we've got the Stroke, we can deal with Oketra. Can't deal with Vivian, can deal with Oketra. That's a good hand. We'll keep that hand. I think the spell we're basically hoping for here is Thought Erasure. Chart a Course. Medium. Very medium. I'm probably not killing anything this turn. The things that they play on 2 that I might want to eventually kill are... yeah, are things that I'm okay with them untapping with. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that, right? You just keep the chart and cast it, but... okay, we're a long way off, but Liliana is definitely a way to outvalue this deck. I think we'll keep her on top. That's a nice draw. Okay, so we got 3 removal spells and a Kefnet. Yeah, exactly. Lily is how we win this game, so I think I have to just keep her on top of the library and draw her. Okay. Looks like their hand might be a little bit reactive. Which probably means my God Eternal Kefnet's getting countered here. I don't remember these decks playing Absorb in the sideboard. I only really remember playing Dovin's Veto. Possibly Disdainful Stroke. That being said, I feel like slamming it's probably not the worst thing. Frilled Mystic. That would be the main counterspell, and obviously they didn't have the mana for it. So, hello Teferi. Goodbye Teferi. You're bouncing my Kefnet. Yeah, obs. Obs, it's a bounce in it. I think we can tempt this stupid Teferi. Yeah, we can tempt the stupid Teferi. Teferi's really good. That was the one that I actually wanted to contempt. So maybe I should have just held her. I don't know. I don't know. Right. Let's drop a Liliana on him. No! They have it! No! They have the veto! Oh God, that was painful. I even said it. I was going through what spells they could have had, and I was like, oh, they could have Dovin's Veto. Frack. Yeah. I think I'm more interested in keeping the Thief of Sanity anyway. Kind of figured that was happening, didn't we? Okay. Well, given that we've got Tyrant Scorn, that's not... yeah, alright. This bad deck, we just walked into everything they were doing there. That's me not remembering the list well enough, basically. Despite the fact that I absolutely gushed over it on the podcast this week. I think I feel like that should be a good matchup for us, but at the same time, a bunch of our removal's pretty dead against them. I should have just let that stupid Teferi live. And just played Kefnet again. That's a keep. That's an all-day keep. Okay. This could be the same deck again. Or, far worse, this could be a Nexus of Fate deck. Ooh, Soul Tie. Cool. No. No, I think I'm okay bottoming that. Never mind. Just gonna draw it anyway. Alright, let's erasure them. See what you're working with. Uh-huh. Well, I mean, that's definitely a hand that can exist in a game of Magic. Bet you they think they're up against a control deck. We kind of do want land number 5. I'm not feeling the Cry. I think we'll bin the Cry again. The Cry here. Yeah, sorry, what I meant was I bet they think that we're an Esper control deck. Which we are not. But we are basically a control deck, so I suppose it doesn't change a massive amount of how they play against us. Opponent, where are you? Oh yeah, opponent's just disappeared. Sweet. It's actually kind of annoying. I wanted to see how this would play, given that I don't think Soul Tie's very good at the moment. Yep, okay. Opponent is gone, apparently. Yeah, people are indeed moving back to straight Golgari. And I can totally see that. I kind of want to play both Terry and Augur here instead of Chemisering. Thought Erasure? Well, okay. I guess we're just going to Thought Erasure instead. Interesting, interesting. Carnage Tyrant or Hydroid Crisis? I think I can beat a Hydroid Crisis drawing cards. I think a Carnage Tyrant is pretty annoying. And yeah, we'll keep a chart course. We've got a creature on the battlefield now. Is opponent back? It's not looking like it. I mean, I could have just tried to make my decisions a lot faster there and really punish them for disconnecting or whatever it is that they've done, but that just feels so scummy. I'll only do it against Wilderness Reclamation players is basically what I'm saying. So yeah, we get to attack with the Augur, chart at least one course, and then play a Terry and probably just adapt it basically instantly. 5 spells in the graveyard. already. 6 after we cast that, so that and 2 more. So yeah, we'll play a land, charter course, and Terry plus adapt Blarg, you know. Like do the things. Yeah, cool, okay. That's unfortunate. Like I say, I would have been very interested to see how it ran, but whatever. Oh yeah, that card. That was really annoying in Limited. I know, because I played it at London. I think I played that one at London. Played against it, rather. Didn't play it, because my deck was... What was my deck at London? For Ixalan or Rivals? Rivals, I did the RPTQ. So Rivals of Ixalan, I did the sealed RPTQ. And I think that's the last time I actually played in Limited. Oh, what? Keep and just hope, basically. I think we're on the keep and see how it goes sort of plan, which is not great. How's my sound quality tonight, by the way, folks? I've been meaning to ask because I'm on new mic setup, so I'm kind of interested to know if we're sounding good. Okay, good. Europe. Okay, opponent is also deep in the tank on their 7. Oh. If we draw a charter course, kind of want that Terry. Obviously, it's not great with the Cry we've got in hand, but that's only under the assumption that we have to cast the Cry. And if we have to cast the Cry, I'm going to be happily like trading off this Terry for chump blocking duties or something, I imagine. Okay, opponent here also seems to have disconnected. What is going on tonight? Yeah, this opponent seems to have disappeared as well. Oh no, there they go. Breeding pool. Well, screw you. Scared of the Terry. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I still can't believe that this card is an uncommon. Paradise Druid. Oh no. I think I know what's going on. I think this is the counters deck. Oh, let's just play that tapped. Or not. Oh, yeah. There we go. Vanifar. Oh, dear. And we are a turn away from being able to cast all of our God Eternal into the God Eternals. I still think we're fine with that, though. So, like, we could Cry here. We're definitely not blocking with this Terry. Cry, get rid of the Paradise Druid. They'd be forced to play a creature. Yeah, alright. I'm not against it. Now they're forced to play a creature before they can Prime Speaker it. Bant, Vanifar. This is going to be a toolboxy deck of some variety. Spark Double. Oh, no. That's too big to eat. Oh, never mind. They've eaten it themselves. Never mind. We're good. No! Oh, God. We're so super dead. We are so super dead. Right. That and me, I guess. Oh, that was a really good mill. 3 lands and a cry? Brilliant. I mean, look, we all know that we don't do it for that, but no blocks. We'll take the 6. Spark double. Okay, well, we can kill the Tristani at least. What did we hit? 2 Tyrant Scorn and a Contempt. And no attacks. Okay, well there's another Prime Speaker Vanifar. That's going to get some entered by some God Eternals. Phrasing. You know what we could do with more of in this deck? And I know it's really tricky to fit it in. Chemisters. So I think what we're seeing is that this deck just dies to anything ban. Yep, God Eternal Ketra seems really good. We are just dead here. Wow. Charter Course aggressively enough. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's take the Stroke. We'll take the Lilianas as well. Hostage Taker. We've brought in a bunch of creatures, so let's take out the Augur of Bolas. They don't seem to have any flyers, though. Vanifar decks are not normally also Hydrocrisis decks. So I think we take out the Cries. Like, they did a thing there, but couple of Terrys. I think that's what it is. Like, I know I just said they don't have flyers, but at the same time, every other threat in our deck flies apart from an amassed army. So we could do some of the Eternals that give them flying. I'm being mostly just facetious there, because that card is not going to be good in Constructed. How are we doing on time? We're at an hour and 44 into the stream. I think it's going pretty well so far. We'll see. Maybe after this one, we might try the Ban Aketra deck that we actually just lost to a minute ago, because that seems pretty interesting to me. Okay, this feels like a great hand. We're just going to keep it. Because of the double opt and the Charter Course, we can go and find our lands. And I think we're opting on turn 1 as opposed to terrying on turn 1. As much as obviously if we just hit the land and then get to go Charter Course on 2, that's great, but we don't need the spells that much. We need to find some lands. Whereas this way we get 2 opts to look for it. Elf. Opt. Bottom. Land, please. That is not a land. That is not a land either. We shall opt again. That is definitely not a land. And we died. I feel like that was a reasonable keep, though. Oh, God, super dead. Yeah, I feel like that was a perfectly reasonable keep. 2 opts and a charter course to find lands 2 and 3. Yep, we died. That was just variance. That's unfortunate. Right then, I think we're going to leave Dimir Control alone for a moment, and we're going to try this Bant list. So, this is Brisker's Bant list. Oh, I need to finish it. Yep, cool. Finished. Thank you very much, Conflict, for helping us out with sideboarding and lines and things. The deck seems really good, and against mono red, it just seems like it feels like I couldn't lose. Obviously, I know that's not true. It's Magic, and particularly it's standard, but it felt like I couldn't lose. Let's go check out the deck again. So yeah, main deck, I love it. Like I say, I would be interested in some more Chemist's Insights because they could go real well with the God Eternals. But I feel like maybe if you're casting God Eternals, like having Chemist's Insight milled into your graveyard is just more gravy that you really didn't need. So yeah, I think the rest of it is just entirely great. Cry the Carnarian mainboard is brutal to some decks. Sideboard is where I would be interested in maybe shaking some things up. Like I say, try and figure out how we beat a Nexus of Fate deck. But other than that, and I mean, how even do you do that other than, because like the slots that you have available for it, because basically everything in the sideboard except Hostage Taker and Liliana come in against those decks. The Nexus of Fate decks. But if you take out the Hostage Taker and the Lilianas, like those are 2 of your best cards against any mid-range strategy. So you really want them. I don't know. Adjusting the sideboard is going to be really tricky. I see your point about maybe more Sorcerer's Spyglasses. I can also see completely removing the Sorcerer's Spyglasses and just going more counter spells. Don't know. I would have to test a little bit more, and I'd have to play against the Bant deck. Sorry, not the Bant deck. The Nexus deck a ton, just in quick succession, just to try and figure out what I think works best. But yeah, there's definitely something here, right? We were crushing mono red. Feels like you'd hey, slightly. It feels like you'd crush any creature deck. So proactive and not reactive. I mean, you've got 3 duress, so you could take out like another negate or the Disdainful Stroke and go Sorcerer's Spyglass, or you could put more creatures in. It's a little bit tricky to put anything more lower down than the 3 drops you've already got. So that's, a question that I would want to answer. Can I get a 2-drop that I can actually put in this deck and be proactive with it? Lily Main instead of probably instead of a Chemist's? Commence. Yeah. Commence looked good once or twice there, but most of the time it just looked fine. But I imagine, and we didn't play against any like control decks like Esper control lists. And it feels like having a win condition that they can't counter is exactly what you want. So removing Comment may not be the way to go. Right then, anyway, we're going to have a little look at this Bant list. This was Rudy Brisker's from the SCG Open. We love it. Me and Simeon looked at it and absolutely loved the look of this list. God Eternal Oketra is a card that both of us want to see play, so that's great. Been a minute since we've seen Shalai. New Teferi I keep being more and more impressed with. It just does a heck of a lot more than I gave it any credit for. And then New Vivian Reed, a card that I absolutely love because it's basically Vivian Reed but smaller. So I think it's great, and obviously in this deck where it makes everything have flash is insanely good. In the sideboard, let's switch back to this list, this view, so you can see it. In the sideboard, the difference between this and Harlem Fear's list is that this list runs 2 Night of Autumns, Harlan's list runs Run and an extra Deputy of Detention in the sideboard. I quite like the Knight, I think. I'm not a big fan of Deputy of Detentions. It's funny, but you know, I mean, so is Night of Autumn to kill your opponent's Wilderness Reclamation. Again at instant speed. That's pretty good as well. But we did just get ruined by a Flash Deputy, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Deputy is the card. What I will say is I really like the look of this deck, so I'm pretty happy to play it. Let's export it to the Stream Decker. As I say, though, this is Rudy Brisker's list from the SCG Open, so you can find it on Goldfish if you don't want to use the Stream Decker, which I will get updated now. Give me a moment. I think you say it Brisker, because that's certainly how they were saying it on coverage all weekend. Right. Ooh. Sorry, folks. Right, let's get some games in with this. Yes, it does indeed. So if you flash in Shalai as you point a spell at anything that isn't the Shalai, which obviously wasn't there, it gives your creatures hexproof, and then they're no longer a legal target, which means that the spell is generally countered. Difference is spells that have 2 targets of great note is obviously Enter the God Eternals. Point removal at your creature, you go flash in my thing. Your creature doesn't die, because obviously Shalai is giving it hexproof, but the Enter the God Eternals still does all of the other stuff because it's targeted a player to mill them. So, oh, I hadn't fixed that either. That's silly of me. But we're playing Bant. Let's play this Bant list. We'll give it a go. Give it a go. Wow, it's Pat. I have no clue who Pat is, but that name is pretty good. I think this is a keep. We got pretty good mana. Incubation Druid on 2. Night of Autumn on 3. Yeah, alright, we'll keep that. We hit a couple of lands. We're really off to the races here. Deputy's not bad pickup either. Specifically, if this turns out to be a hero list. Obviously, if it turns out to be control, that's real bad. Okay. It's looking like a hero list. Most control lists don't play Discovery. Oh, okay. We might only be at this for another half an hour because apparently I am shattered. Oh no, this is Control. This is very, very much Control. So Paradise Druid does definitely work. That is absolutely 100% a thing that you can do. The thing that I will say is sort of why? Wow, okay, I've just realised that we're holding 4 of a kind here, and not in a good way. We need a way of dealing with this Narset before we start dropping Hydroid Crises. Oh dear. So yeah, Paradise Druid would work perfectly fine instead of Incubation Druid. The problem is there's a lot of mono red running around at the moment, and obviously Chain Whirler just kind of ruins you. So this is Super Friends Prison? Or just Super Friends, I'm a really annoying deck? Well, there's no point in attacking. I suppose I could have deputied the Dovin. That's not a bad plan. Hello. Okay, I think we have to deputy the Teferi. This is really rough. Opponent has 3 Planeswalkers and we have 2 lands. Like, come on. Okay, so Narset is at least going away, which means maybe we can start dropping Hydroid Crises for like 2 to try and draw some more lands here. And this hand looks so good. If only I still had a Night of Autumn. That's a Vivian. Okay then. Well, we can again. We can only hit creatures with the Vivian, which is a bit. Well, at least we got rid of the top cards of our library. Yeah, they're. Wow. Yeah, this is Super Friends, but I'm just really annoying. Yeah, okay, fine. We get it. We get it. We get it. Dovin's Veto seems real good. The rest of the sideboard does not. To be fair, that might just be because our main deck is fine and we just didn't draw enough lands. I mean, the rest of our main board is fine. We just didn't draw enough lands. Stroke is, like, we saw 2 targets out of them. Yeah, they're probably going to have more targets. We'll bring in Stroke. And I'm actually kind of interested in getting rid of... Yeah, Teferi, I think. And... this is really hard. We're on the draw? Oh, okay, we can take out a land. As amazing as that seems, considering what just happened. Let's take a forest. Wait, I can apply styles in here? Sweet. That's handy. Didn't realise you could do that. I mean, it's still Pat. That name is really good. Yeah. Yeah, this is a 3-land hand. We can't cast Disdainful Stroke, but I think this is fine. It's Postman Pat. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. See, you get it, Conflict. You get it. It's the little amusements in life that get me through being ruined by 4 planeswalkers while not being able to draw any lands. That's a deputy. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot no deputy. No, so I did not shoot the deputy, isn't it? Or is... I'm sure I've heard a version that's like, I did not shoot no deputy. Oh, well that's a nice draw. I kind of want to Crisis, draw a card, see if we can draw a second white source for this Aketra. Feels like she'd be real good in this matchup. Rather than shallying and just trying to rely on a natural draw. Nah, it's shalay. It's shalay. And you know what we ain't doing? We ain't putting any counters on her. Because then she can't be exiled by the Wanderer. As amazing as that seems. Dovin, Grand Arbiter. Yeah, sure. Okay. Right, I think we're just going to hold up this stroke now, actually. Well, pair of strokes, in fact, but, you know, you only really get to cast one here. I really do not rate Dovin still. That's annoying. Vivian, you say? Vivian, you say? Yeah, not casting that yet. Vivian doesn't find us more lands, so Vivian isn't what we want. I'm sure they're like super suspicious of what we're up to. Could do with hitting a land here. Yeah, that's a tilt. That's a tilt. Right, we're going to deputy the 1-1 and kill the Teferi with Llanowar Elves here. Oh, and again, can't draw lands. I mean, I know I took one out, but we're on the draw. We were on the play. I am an idiot. We were on the play. I am simply a moron. And here we go. We tapped out a counterspell because we had to, and then they got to resolve a Teferi 5. So, you know. Standard stuff in Magic. Yeah, okay. We're bored now. Super bored of not having enough mana to cast any of our spells, even though they would have been completely sick. I feel like we probably actually had a perfectly reasonable matchup there. Just we drew 5 lands across 2 games. I mean, a total of 7 mana sources across 2 games. Right, let's give this one more go, and then we might call it. Land count is, I believe it's just the normal 24. And mid-range, expand. Lands, yeah, just 24. But obviously you've got Llanowar Elves and Incubation Druids as well. So, little annoying, but I think this is still a keep. I'm not unhappy with it. Tapped, please. Thank you. And again, finding our land count somewhat lacking. Alright, let's just bounce this hero and see if we can find one. Nope, that's Frilled Mystic number 3. Okay, so in the first game that we played with this, we had all 4 Hydro Craces. Let's see if we can find all 4 Frilled Mystics and still be stuck on 2 lands. Replay the hero, sure. I'm not super interested in protecting Teferi, so I think we're just going to make a 4-3 here. My point being that if they remove the Knight of Autumn, their own Teferi Time Raveler is the most annoying way for them to do so. If we could draw some lands, we would be in such a good place right now. Alright, well there's a start. There is a start. I think we had to get on the board there. No, they would trade here in a heartbeat. I can't attack the Teferi, unfortunately. Yeah, of course. If I was them, I'd be taking the Oketra. Yeah, well, there you go. So my point was, I didn't feel like I could hold up the Frilled Mystic because my opponent is just getting ahead on board here. Now they'll take the Vivian Raid. Fuck's sake. This is appalling. You miss a couple of land drops and it all just goes to complete crap. Right, we've got... And they obviously now know about our Frilled Mystics, so... We've got Deputy of Detention, which obviously takes care of all of these tokens, which is pretty good. Oh! I can't Frilled Mystic because they've got a stupid Teferi in play. Yeah. I knew I was going to forget something there. Right. And let's try this one more time. Right, a bunch of their important spells are actually just not creatures. Stroke. Let's grab Vivian Reed. And I think Baffling Ends, probably. The Knight of Autumn's aggressively medium. Deputy of Detention, as I say, can be pretty good. Is Time Wipe good? No, I feel like as long as it's all going okay-ish, I should have more creature presence than them. Yeah, we were getting super lucky with the Dimir deck, so clearly I've just annoyed the shuffler. Teferi the Time Raveler is only medium against these folks, this deck. So let's just take it out. Actually, let's take out the Disdainful Strokes. No, I think we're meant to be being proactive here. So I don't particularly want the counter spells at all. And we've got Frilled Mystics to still counter things. So it's not like we're running empty. I need to really think about that. Yeah, alright. We got 2 2-mana plays, and then we've got some serious power going on here. Obviously, double Shalai is a little annoying, but whatever. If we get the Aketra down, and we've got the white for it this game, which is a good start. Okay, okay. If we can just draw land number 3 next turn, and then land number 4 the turn after, we look fantastic. Yeah, that's a hero. That's going to get baffling ended, I think. Of course, if they go Thief of Sanity here, that's really bad for us. I don't think holding back on the end was the right move, though. Baffling End is... Oh, screw you, deck. That's all 3 of our God Eternal Ketras. Oh, and of course they get to Mortify, make a 3/3 and block. Yeah, okay, we're done. We are done. We are done for the day. Shuffler hates me. I've dropped back down to Platinum 3. Yep, okay. Should have just stuck with the Dimir deck. Clearly. Clearly that's what I'm saying. Look, I am not going to say I know how the deck plays because we didn't get to play it. Yeah, I think across 4 games there we drew 9 lands total. Something in that region. So, I don't know. Never lucky, I guess. But yeah. I still think the deck looks good, so we're probably going to play it again tomorrow night, and hopefully, we'll actually draw some lands, and we'll actually get to play some Magic. So if you're still interested in that deck, come hang out tomorrow night about 7 PM, and yeah, we'll get to actually play with it. The Dimir deck was brilliant though. Obviously, we got a little bit of trouble against Control, but whatever. We were crushing red decks left, right, and center. The Bant lists we had a little bit of trouble with because we don't have any way of properly dealing. Well, as most decks, we don't have a way of dealing with Oketra. So I don't know. But it's fine because if your opponent just doesn't draw any lands, they can't play Magic. Right then, folks, so seeing as we're off for the evening, I'm probably going to raid you into somebody else's stream. Let's go and see who's still live. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got Misplaced Ginger doing standard. So, yeah, we'll get you in on that, I think. We'll get you in. That was me accidentally clicking over to my own stream. Misplaced Ginger. And yeah, right then, enjoy Misplaced Ginger's show. And I'll see you around.